Hello, everybody. Thank you for clicking on. Are we up? Make sure we can check test 1 2. Are you? Yeah, we go. All right. Hey, NGA, not going away. Hello, everybody. Thank you for clicking on. The ladies will be joining later on. We'll be doing the what we've been doing on Monday nights for a while now, and we're going to have a panel on mental fitness, mental health, uh, mental health discussions, and that'll be coming up here in just a little bit. We've got some other things to take care of. Um, Twitter is no longer a thing; it's now X. So we have had our last Twitter scroll. We'll have X scrolls, I guess, from now on, kind of like egg rolls. Not a long one tonight, but an important one. So again, thank you for clicking on, and we'll get right to it here. Get this all out of the way, so when the ladies come in, we'll be ready to go. I can't. Hang on a second. I got to do it this way. All right, and here we go. Starting out with Jason Aldean, the controversial song that he has out. Try that in a small town has caused quite a stir, and he responded to it. And here is his response. In the past 24 hours, I've been accused of releasing a pro-lynching song, and in parentheses, a song that has been out since May, and was subject to the comparison that, again, parentheses, direct quote, was not too pleased with the nationwide BLM protests. These references are not only meritless, but dangerous. There's not a single lyric in the song that references race or points to it, and there isn't a single video clip that isn't real news footage. And while I can try and respect others to have their own interpretation of a song with music, this one goes too far. As so many pointed out, I was present at Route 91 when so many lost their lives, and our community recently suffered another heartbreaking tragedy. No one, including me, wants to continue to see senseless headlines of families ripped apart. Try that in a small town, for me, refers to the feeling of a community that I had growing up, where we took care of our neighbors, regardless of differences of backgrounds or belief, because they were our neighbors, and that was above any differences. My political views have never been something I've hidden from, and I know that a lot of us in this country don't agree on how we get back to a sense of normalcy where we go at least a day without a headline that keeps us up at night. But this desire for it, that's what this song is about. Okay. I've seen the video. I've listened to the song a few times. I write. I'm a writer. Among other things, I write, and I've got books out, and I've written songs, and I love to write songs. I've talked about it on here before, and the idea of trying to what's the word? Cancel, I guess. Cancel a song. You know, I don't. To me, the book burnings, the canceling, the Bud Light, the all of this frivolous stuff. If you don't like Bud Light, don't drink it. If you don't like the song, don't listen to it when it comes on. I mean, there are a lot of songs that I treat that way, and we're just fueling things with all of this. I've talked to a couple of friends in the Black community. I reached out and asked their opinions. I've still got a couple of more, but um, they don't see it. They see it as, well, that's probably what a small town is. They didn't see it as racist. They saw it more as small town versus big city. Um, and like I said, they're members of the Black community. So um, I know a lot of people don't like it, and that's fine. Um, I've written songs that I know a lot of people wouldn't like, but some people might, you know, and all that is happening is this is just becoming probably a much more lucrative song to him than it might have been. And again, he released this back in May, and it just started drawing attention the same time that the um, child predator film, Sounds of Freedom, the same time that started, all of that started generating. This all started generating as well, and it makes me wonder if there aren't. It makes me more convinced that there are people that are trying to manipulate everything um, for some pleasure or benefit of their own. Um, all right, so that's our opening story of the night. Jason Aldean speaking back, and again, I'd like to know what you think. Obviously, if you're watching this on delay, or not on delay, but on demand, if you're watching this at your leisure and not live, thank you very much for doing so. Let me know in the comments below. Obviously, I'm not in the chat at the moment, so if you're in the chat, let me know what you think about the song. Let me know what you think about the controversy. Our second story on our first uh, X scroll, the black X, is now the logo of what was Twitter. Back on this newer computer, and it is a lot touchier than the old one, the one I'm used to. Okay, second story on the X scroll. The black X, by the way, is a symbol of the Southern white supremacist movement. This comes from Oceanet Defender, Polish army convoy consisting of roughly 200 pieces of equipment, including KTR Rosamach 8x8 wheeled armored vehicles, spotted recently heading towards the Polish-Belarus border. We talked a little bit about this last night, that Lyshenko was saying that Wagner wanted to attack Poland. Evidently, Poland is taking it seriously, as they are moving significant, fairly heavy armament towards their own border. And we'll keep an eye on that, as we do. And if anything happens to kick off, we will make sure and let you know, because if something kicks off there, that is probably Article 5, and that will involve um, a lot of the world. And let's hope that doesn't happen. This is a sitting member of Congress, the same sitting member of Congress that last week showed naked pictures, showed pornography in the halls of Congress. And yesterday we showed her aiming and mock shooting at the Capitol. Today, well, we don't need World War III. What we need is Civil War II. Now, she's not the only congressperson talking this way, and I think it's incredibly dangerous, and I don't think it should be taken lightly. Personally, I don't think it's representative of anything other than division and violence, and I question I question a lot of things, but I question how this is not addressed. And I also question how Donald Trump is not behind bars awaiting trial. And when this next set of indictments comes out, I said it was going to come out today. I was wrong, but it will come out this week, I believe. And when it does, he needs to be behind bars. He needs to be awaiting trial, held pending trial. That way, he's going to want a speedy trial. He's not going to want delay upon delay upon delay. He needs to be held without bond. He's a danger. And I think we ought to start a virtual movement, a virtual protest. Millions upon millions upon millions of people protesting if Donald Trump is not locked up. And I've got a chant. Donald Trump, lock you up. Marge Taylor, too. She's guilty like you. Donald Trump, lock you up. Ted Cruz, too. He's guilty like you. Donald Trump, lock you up. Giuliani, too. He's guilty like you. Donald Trump, lock you up. Steve Bannon, too. He's guilty like you. Sing with me. Donald Trump, lock you up. Donald Trump, lock you up. Donald Trump, lock you up. That's going to be, I'll cut that into a short and get it out, and we'll start a national movement, and there'll be millions and millions of people posting that very same chant or similar chants. You'll see it all over TikTok. It should be. It won't happen, but that's what should happen. We ought to be with liberty and justice for all. And that includes him and any other American with all of those felony charges would not be walking free. Just something to think about. Our next Twitter, it's going to be a hard habit to break. Our next X story is for those that do this kind of thing, those that do the things we do. We go out and we record stuff, we film stuff, and a lot of you may think, hey, I'm First Amendment. I can get away with whatever I want because there are First Amendment videos out there that show people challenging the cops and cops being patient with them, and also this is one of those times where this could be a situation where what you get away with in a big city, you may not get away with in a small town.
You're gonna get arrested, you understand?
For what?
Get going!
For what?
Get going now!
Why are you gonna arrest me?
You're gonna get arrested, I'm telling you right now!
I've already dealt with your sergeant.
You already know that.
I've already dealt with your sergeant.
I'm giving you fair warning. You keep following us, you're gonna get arrested!
Follow. Now you're following
me. You understand? You understand?
Yeah, piece of shit.
Okay? Now go back in your house, you're getting arrested, you understand?
For what? I'm walking around my neighborhood.
Now fucking deal with some shit. I'm telling you, you're gonna get arrested.
For what?
Fucking hands behind your back now.
For what?
Put your hands behind your back.
Kill me? Back that way. Walking around my park? I can't even come through here?
At least she didn't try to resist in any way, shape, or form. Which is where other charges come in, as well as potential violence. So, just a reminder: while you may think you can get away with things in situations like that, police don't always. And I'll just leave it as you saw it. And you know what to do. Be smart. A black man was elected mayor in rural Alabama, but the white town council won't let him serve. And this is on Apple News. Came in on July 19th. Was sent to me through the email. Thank you very much. And if you have something you want to send, you have a question, anything like that, email americandufus@gmail.com. If you got something like this, make sure you send me a link so I can get it. And I apologize for not seeing this before now. Okay, this comes from Stop Cop City. Everybody should watch this so we can finally end this debate. The question is, could you prove that all 2,000 of the billionaires are evil people? And this guy says, yeah, he can. He can prove it. And let me pop this out, and we'll give him a quick listen.
This comment is asking if I could prove that all 2,000 of the billionaires are evil people. Yeah, I can. It's not even very hard. So first, let's put a billion into perspective. 1 million seconds is about 12 days. 1 billion seconds is just under 32 years. Which means that if you earned $1 every single second and never spent any of it, it would take you about 32 years to earn a single $1 billion. If you earned $5,000 a day from the time that Columbus started his infamous voyage, it would take you about 527 years to earn a single $1 billion. And there are people out there with multiple billions of dollars. Based on that math, we can conclude that there's no ethical way to acquire $1 billion because there's no physically possible way to earn that money solely through the value of your own labor. Which means that in order to become a billionaire, you have to steal the labor value of thousands, if not millions, of people. And we know that this is the case. And we know that this is the case because between 1979 and 2021, the average productivity, meaning the average amount of labor value produced by the workers, has increased by 64.6%. Meanwhile, the average wage of workers has only increased by about 17.3%. That's a difference of nearly 50% labor value. So already billionaires are stealing 50% or more of their workers' labor value so that it can sit around in investment funds and stock portfolios, providing nothing of value to society. And when we start to take certain other things into account, it gets even worse. There are currently over 582,000 homeless people in the United States, many of which are children. And in the year 2020, there were more than 34 million food insecure people in the United States. That's about 10% of the population that doesn't know where their next meal is going to come from. Now, do you know how much it would cost to end homelessness in the United States? According to the Department of Housing and Urban Development, it would cost $20 billion to end homelessness in the United States. And there are currently 770 billionaires in the United States. Putting aside...
Okay.
This comment is asking if I could prove that all...
As always, a little something to think about. As is this. Is this true? A statement. Social media has made many too comfortable, social media has, it's the dyslexia, I apologize. Social media has made too many of you comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the mouth for it. Is that a true statement, or is that just a bullying perspective? Again, I'm not big on banning books, big on banning songs. If you don't like something, don't listen to it, don't read it, don't watch it. But don't think that you're so self-important that you can determine what anybody else can watch or listen to or read. But some people believe they are. I survived reading banned books, and all I got was smarter and more empathetic. This comes from the Houston, Texas area. Houston Food Not Bombs is the name of the the NGO, the non-government organization, it's been around since 1994, has now been ticketed at least 30 times for sharing free food with unhoused neighbors. Each ticket is $2,000. And as she is showing, it specifically says, in quotes even, that it is for feeding the homeless, is what's on the citation. Oh, let me get back over to the X bookmarks. And like I said, we don't have too many of them tonight. Actually, that was our last new one. This is, once again, from Republicans Against Trump. There are a lot of Republicans against Trump, whether Trumpers want to believe it or not. They're just quiet. I agree with this former Trump supporter. Instead of worshiping Trump 24/7, Trumpers should spend 5 minutes researching the law and understanding what deep trouble he is in. Donald Trump, lock you up. Marge Taylor too. She's guilty like you. And Marge has been, she just tweeted. We just showed it. She just tweeted, "We don't need World War III. We need Civil War II." And as I mentioned, and as we showed on here, she displayed pornography in the Capitol. It's almost like she either thinks she's untouchable, or she realizes she's going down and she's going to get everything out while she can. Something to think about. Congress moves to expose evidence of UFOs in rare bipartisan effort, saying, quote, "We're done with the cover-up." Again, that comes up on Wednesday, and we'll talk more about that. Here's what scientists are saying about those whistleblower claims, which we will hear from on Wednesday as well. Interesting, frustrating, and potentially even credible, but nothing that science can work on in its current form. That's how physicists and astronomers interviewed by The Hill described recent allegations that the U.S. government has been hiding evidence of multiple alien crash sites. To take those claims beyond buzzy conjecture, the country needs a plan to acquire more hard data, the scientists said. And that's true. We're hearing a lot. I showed a thing on here last night at the end that was thought-provoking. It's not factual. We don't know if it's AI. We don't know if it's a produced movie. But it's time. It's time to find out what's really going on and has been going on, and possibly what could be coming, in my opinion. North Korea fired 2 missiles after a second U.S. submarine arrived in South Korea. And this was earlier this afternoon, our time, earlier in the morning, their time. Submarine that arrived Monday's second major U.S. vessel deployed to South Korea. Basically, they are docking in South Korea and probably just refueling, resupplying, and heading back under the water. But North Korea is nonetheless responding each time. Japan's not happy about it. South Korea's not happy about it. The U.S. isn't happy about it. And one of these times, one of the missiles is liable to go someplace it's not supposed to and hit somewhere it's not supposed to, and then things are off. Let's hope that never happens. But the UK has issued a rare threat to life warning for a new storm that is coming, and that'll be coming here very soon. So in the next 24 hours is when that's supposed to hit. Okay, GA's here. Let me drop the Lori Arnold's in here. We'll get the ladies up and get going. Okay, here we go. While we wait, I'm going to go back through the chat real quick. And okay. We thought it was 11 tonight, not 10. Did I say 11? I'm sorry. That's okay. You guys can come on at 11. I'll kill time for half an hour. Or if everybody's got something else to do. Cunning and I can't come on until, okay, 8 Eastern Daylight Time. It's 10:28 Eastern Daylight Time. I'll tell you what, we'll just, because this has already been a half an hour, I'll just end this, and we'll do the mental health discussion. I've got it all queued up and everything all ready to go. We'll do it either tomorrow night, Tuesday night, or Wednesday night. I got some family things going on, so it's okay for me to go ahead and delay it on my end as well. And Lori, hopefully that works with you. I'll touch base with you ladies offline here, and we'll see which works better, Tuesday or Wednesday for you ladies. My fault. If I said 11 and I came on at 10, I thought we were doing it at 10. So with all that being said, we are going to delay our mental health discussion until either tomorrow night or Wednesday night. So hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the bell so you'll know when we're going to be on. Watch for the community posts and watch for the advanced posts in the streams. And we'll come back either tomorrow night or Wednesday night and do this all over again. Hold on a second. I'm going to get Lori's up here. I'm going to pop her up here. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, Doofus.
We're going to delay the mental health discussions until either tomorrow or Wednesday,
Okay.
if that works for you.
Oh, that works. Yep.
All right. While you're up here, do you have anything you want to promote on your channel, or anything you're thinking about doing, or anything you want to talk about?
Well, yeah, actually, since you bring it up, I've got some things that I've been thinking about. And since I haven't been really doing any activism or protesting, any of that kind of stuff around here, I'm kind of taking a hiatus on that a little bit. And I've been thinking about some of the other things that I used to do along with my activism. And that was I had shared my story of childhood sexual abuse. And I found that through doing that in order to heal myself, being able to speak out about it, that I had a lot of people come to me and start telling me about their stories of abuse. I mean, like, I've had so many people. And one of the groups that I didn't realize how many were the men. I've had grown men, with gray hair crying with me on the side of the road because of the sexual abuse that they suffered as a child. And I recently have been watching some healing stuff and realized that we really need to start using our voices. Not everybody can, but those of us who can really need to start using our voices to shine light into the darkness that pedophiles hide in. That's something that we can do. It's hard, but it's not something that you have to even leave your house for. And I think that it makes a big difference. And I'd love to see men who are willing to raise their voices up and bring awareness to to the male side of it too. So
Yeah. Okay. So you're going to be trying to do a little bit of that on your channel?
yes, I'd like
Awesome.
to get some different people
Awesome.
and maybe start some discussions, and we'll see where it goes from there. But that's
All
just
right.
one of the things that has always been kind of on my heart anyway. So
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, we will. Um, we'll get back together either tomorrow or Wednesday. Probably tomorrow.
okay.
But again, I don't know. You, me, GA, Cunning. We'll talk and figure out which day will be best to do it. Okay.
Okay, that sounds
All right.
good. You have a wonderful evening.
You do the same. Thank you. Love
Okay, bye.
you.
Love ya.
All right. Thank you all very much. We will be back again, about a half an hour worth of stuff to think about. And don't forget, if there is an indictment and he's not put in jail after 3 indictments, after however many felony charges, um, I think maybe we ought to raise our voices, and I've got a chant for it if we do. So I love you all. Thank you for being here. Peace, positive vibrations. Much love to all of you. Shalom, shalom, assalamu alaikum, namaste. Blessings be upon y'all. It's a dark world. Try to be a light. We'll see you next time. Love y'all.